He's liable to hit somebody. He puts that thing on.
Oh, it's got a little thing in here. I can't really.
Coach, that's yours to keep. That's for your office. We're leaving that behind for you.
Thank you very much. Great job.
Yeah, inside of 3 weeks now. We talked about it going into that final weekend, and then coming out of it, just a refocus. And I think our practices have been spirited so far. I think the guys have really had good urgency about them. I think they have a good feel for what this is going to be like, and just the electricity and how important every play is going to be into this game. So we're still in the fundamental phase. We're going to start making the transition into game planning here soon, and then we get down to bowl week. So we have 3 phases when we talk about bowl practice. But the energy's been really, really good, and guys are finishing up finals now, and now it's just going to be all football.
Far left, Jared Smalley, WCMH.
Hi, Ryan. When you, as an offense.
Yeah, I think they do a great job of playing off the defense and special teams. All 3 are, put together really well. But specifically on offense, I think, Bennett kind of is the one that gets it all going. And certainly they have talent all across the board. Our offensive line's big. Both tight ends are very, very talented. Running backs are very good. Receivers are very good. But it's the quarterback that makes it all go. And he's played unbelievable, deserved certainly an opportunity to be down in New York City on Saturday night. And what an unbelievable story of somebody that came through a lot of adversity along the way in his journey to get to where he's at. So from afar, it's been a joy to watch him compete. And so yeah, I think they do multiple things. They're creative in how they do them, and they're certainly playing good football here down the stretch.
Second row left, Steve Hellwagon, 24.
For a bowl game.
Just don't sleep. That's it. You're not allowed to sleep. We're gonna have practice today, and then be on a plane for the next 2 days, and come back for practice Thursday. So it's just that's December. I was laughing with somebody growing up. When you hear the month of December, you think about Christmas and holiday times and everything else. And when I think of December, I think about bowl practice. Think about recruiting. Think about home visits. Think about transfer portal. Think about all these different things. And it's with the early signing period, obviously that changed a few years ago. That everything got sped up here. But that's December in big time football, and our guys are working really, really hard, and don't get a chance to see your family very much this time of year, but that's part of it. And that's what you want to be. You want to be in the CFP this time of year. You want to be involved with great recruits. You want to have all this stuff going on, and that's exciting. So it's energizing because obviously you're relevant this time of year, and you're involved in some great recruits, and you're swinging as hard as you can. So this is exactly the way you want it, even though sometimes you wake up with not a lot of sleep. We look at everything, and it's constantly changing, trying to do the best we can. Certainly for us, I think we've done a really good job of identifying the right fit here. It's very difficult to just walk into Ohio State and our culture and just walk onto the field, because there's a lot of pride here, and guys have to earn their right to get on the field. So, certainly if there's something that we can do in terms of upgrade in a certain position, we'll always do that. That's our job. But we'll also take into consideration the right culture fit, the right fit for them, the expectation. If somebody comes into the program, they're going to have to earn their right to get on the field. We're not just going to guarantee when you come here, you're going to do this, you're going to get this many touches, or you're going to start the minute you walk into that locker room. I don't know how folks do that, and then look at the players currently on their roster and say, I just guaranteed someone to come in and be a starter. And so we take all those things into consideration. But as you know, we have added guys, and I think we've done a really good job of being thoughtful in those areas. But, certainly the transfer portal has gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's become like free agency, so it's something that we're going to be a part of.
Front row, Bill Rabinowitz. And just
I think the biggest thing I notice is that this time of year, usually you're taking a big exhale and you're kind of catching your breath for finals. I just feel a bit of urgency when we walk on the field. I just feel a little bit of different look in their eye. Like when we're on the field, we're out there to work.
Front row right, Austin.
Yes, I met Coach Leach a couple times, and certainly have a tremendous amount of respect, and certainly want to really send prayers and thoughts out to his family and to all those down at Mississippi State, and all the folks that he's coached with and for, and the players. It's just 61 years old. That's just it really makes you take a deep breath, like you said, and think about life in general. Because life can move fast, and there's certainly a lot comes with this profession. But to lose him that young, it's a tragedy. And the one thing, I guess, I didn't know him as well as others. does it look like, he enjoyed his time? He did, and it's like he did it his way, and there's a lot to be said for that. And college football is certainly going to miss Mike Leach.
And when you're sitting there Saturday night and you're watching Ohio State football,
Well, I think when you take a step back and you just look at things in general, the fact that this will be our third CFP appearance in 4 years. CJ was our fifth Heisman Trophy finalist in 5 years. Certainly there's a lot to be proud of there. But I think he also would like to win it. And that's part of it because he's competitive. We're all competitive. But still, that night to me is about recognizing really good players and their seasons. And that to me was about that was CJ's night to get recognized again, even though he didn't win it because of the high level of play that he's had over the last 2 years. And so I know he's very, very excited to play in this game. He's given a lot to Ohio State, and certainly that was a great opportunity for him to be with his family and get recognized for that. But he's going to work really hard over the next 2.5 weeks to play his best football here, in the CFP.
Right behind him, Doug Lesmerises, Cleveland.com.
Bowers is can do so many things. He's very versatile, and Darnell's really just a massive human being who can just overwhelm you with his size and athleticism. I think the first thing is their versatility. Second is their physicality. And, anytime you can do multiple things as a receiver, running back, or as a tight end, then you can create mismatches. And I think they both do that. It's going to be an electric atmosphere, and, we'll be ready for anything. And that, it's a great venue for a game, and certainly I know it's going to be loud there. So I know Ohio State's going to travel very, very well, but we'll also be ready for a loud environment and just make sure we have all the tools ready if we need them.
Second row left, Stephen Means, Cleveland.com.
No, there's a way this doesn't come.
Well, he's very explosive, very disruptive. He's in the backfield a lot, so you got to know exactly where he is all the time. Plays really, really hard, plays with good leverage. Like you said, one of the best tackles in the country, one of the best football players in the country. And you can see it. He's very, very productive. So it'll be a big challenge for our guys up front, and we'll have to know exactly where he is.